Welcome. We have Charizard EX versus Entei V here on Pokemon, the trading card game live. We started off taking a mulligan because we failed to find a basic Pokemon. Our opponent did not. They drew a card. We start with a Charmander as our active Pokemon, and they have a Radiant Charizard. On the bench, it's Bidoof. Opponent casts a Nest Ball, grabbing a Growlithe. Then you cast another Nest Ball, getting a Entei V. Using his basic energy to basic fire energy onto the Entei V, using the Nest Ball. And now we're looking at our hand here. We have a Battle VIP pass, a couple basic energy to Heavy Ball to let us look at our prize cards. The boss's order to swap something out. We use the Battle VIP pass to get the Charmander and one of our own Bidoof, which is a new addition to the deck. The Arvin Trainer Support card, searching up most likely Ultra Ball or Rare Candy. The Ultra Ball it is, with the Forest Sailstone Trainer Tool. Great card. Allows you to then attach it to a V Pokemon and then tutor again for another card. The Heavy Ball misses any Pokemon on the prize. The Ultra Ball discarding 2 fire energy to go grab a Lumineon V, which is then put it onto the bench and will trigger his ability. That ability there, that little fish. The little fish is going to go get a support card. Supporter. We get a. This trainer is going to let us get 2 of evolution Pokemon. So we're going to probably use it to get a Charizard EX and the evolutionary form of the Bidoof. And we are tutoring again. Looks like we are going after a rare candy. You gotta love the rare candy. It lets you skip the stage of a Pokemon. So if you have a basic Pokemon on the battlefield, on the active spot, or on your bench, and then you use your rare candy and you have the 3rd evolution, it just lets you skip the middle one. So in our case, it lets us skip the the Charmeleon, or the Pidgeotto. Looks like they cast another Pokemon on their bench right there, played another Pokemon to their bench. On our turn, we're just looking to get a Charizard out, really. Once the Charizard EX has an ability, when it enters the battlefield, it lets you get 3 basic fire energy from your library or deck to attach them to any Pokemon, however you choose. It's an excellent ability. And here we see the rare candy evolving the Charmander straight to a Charizard EX, searching up that ability here with the Infernal Rain. 3 basic fire energy, and we're going to attach them to the Charizard, the Charmander, both of them to the Charmander there on the bench, just in case he wants to ever evolve into a Charizard and he can start just doing things. The activated ability there lets us draw up to 5 cards in our hand. Got a couple of trainer items, trainer support, basic Pokemon, another Charizard EX. Attacked and got one of our prizes there, Pidgeot EX, which has an amazing ability on that quick search where every turn, once per turn, you can tutor search your library for any card and put it in your hand. That's unbelievable. It just allows you to get anything you need. Toolbox effects, anything you need, anytime you need it. The stadium from our opponent and what looks to be a supporter card. Swapping out our Charizard EX for our Charmander. Pass back to us. This is a real battle here. It can go either way. Charmander on the bench. The active Charmander, it's weak. It can't really fight that Entei V. It's small. It only has 60 HP versus an Entei, which is much stronger. It looks like a Pokegear 3.0 was played, and it does not find any supporter cards in the top 5 or 7 or 6, I believe. And the supporter boss's orders being played here. And it looks like it's going to force that Entei back on the bench in favor of another Pokemon. And it's the Armorogue. And the Charmander looks like he's going to retreat back to the bench, and Charizard EX is going to come out, and it's going to come out swinging, folks, in a big blast, and that thing's KO'd, and we're going to get another prize off the bench. Super Rod, an amazing item, lets you get basic energy or Pokemon from your library back into your graveyard back into your library. The shoes is going to just kind of let our opponent filter through their deck there, looking to find something. It looks like some energy, some more strong Pokemon to battle us back. And this Charizard EX is just, it's one of the best decks in the standard format now, and hopefully post rotation. Because that 338 HP plus that 180 attack makes Charizard, he's able to deal haymakers to the opponent's Pokemon, and he can take hits from almost anything. This Entei V, it's just charging up, ready to do damage to this Charizard EX, and I mean it can. I mean, it's a strong Pokemon in its own. And an Ultra Ball getting an Arcanine EX. And things are getting a bit out of control around here. It looks like something just leveled up, and a Nest Ball is being cast too. Now with this Pokemon trainer, he's just playing our opponent here, the skillful game here. And they have one of their own, letting them draw up to 5 cards in their hand. Just refilling their hand, get to play all their strongest Pokemon to the active spots, to the bench, and they're just refilling their hand. It's really an amazing value engine attached to it. A Pokemon that can attack sometimes. Like it takes 3 of any energy, and you can flip a coin, and if it hits heads, it deals 100 damage to the opponent's Pokemon, active Pokemon. It's not great, but we like a gambler, and that thing is a gambler. Charizard getting more energy. No, Super Rod actually. Super Rod putting the energy back from the graveyard to our library, so we can then evolve this Charmander here into a Charmeleon, then into a Charizard EX to then attack more Enteis, more of the opponent's Pokemon. And this Charizard, it's wounded. I mean, it took 200 damage. But he's a trooper, and he's just not going to take it without dishing it back. And here we see 180 devastating points to the opponent's active Pokemon. And Pokemon trading card game, it really is great. It's fun to play. It's easy to collect. And our opponent's casting a supporter card, lets them look at the top 5 cards of the library. They get it with 3 of them in their hands, 2 of them into the Lost Zone. The Lost Zone. Once they get enough cards in there, maybe some things can happen. I don't know what they have in their deck, but some decks do utilize that. And this is really a close battle for. We've taken 4 prizes. We've taken 2 prizes at 4 remaining. They've taken no prizes, but that can change in a heartbeat with the type of Pokemon they're playing in Entei V. An Arcanine on the bench. And they're going to tutor of their own here. And if you're enjoying this cast here, we'd like you to subscribe to PokeCasts on YouTube here, and ding that little bell there, just letting the algorithms know that you're enjoying yourself. Just getting started here, but we plan on bringing some amazing content to social media, to YouTube, to Rumble, to we're everywhere. You know why? Because Pokemon are everywhere, and we have to catch them all. We have to watch them all. You can watch all your favorite Pokemon casts, videos, live streams at pokecast.com and on all your favorite social media platforms. We draw a rare candy, but we don't even really. I mean, you always love rare candy. I don't know who doesn't love rare candy. It's rare, not in this deck. It plays 4 of them, but it helps you evolve your Pokemon. But we did it a natural way. We're organic. We went Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard EX, Smash! And it's just passing out fire energy to all of his friends on the bench. And now he goes. He's getting charged up. He looks like he's ready to lay out some law. And that's a 240 hit one hit KO to Entei V, giving us 2 more prizes. We get a basic fire and a boss's energy trainer support card. It's a great one. At the end of the game, it really just lets you target a card that's on their bench. Lets you sneak one in there for a victory. In those close games, it's all that matters. Entei V, he'll anytime can just come charging back. That's why we have our little bench of another little Charmander ready to go. We have a Pidgeotto or Pidgeot in our hand. Never really got the Pidgey version of him, but if we did, that rare candy, we could put it to use and evolve that and just start tutoring things right out of our deck into our hand. It looks like a Growlithe. Gotta love a good Growlithe. Switch, wow, switch, a trainer item card. It lets him switch the Pokemon from the bench to the active spot. Very powerful. And then a boss's order to us, switching our Charizard to our little weak fish Pokemon. It's got a little tool on it. How is it supposed to even? It doesn't even have any energy. It can't even fight back. This is such a close one, folks. It could go either way here because this Arcanine is all charged up and it took our fish out. Big bad fire pup just digging its paw right in the water and pulling out that little fish and eating it for dinner. Charizard EX back on the battlefield though. And he has a boss's order. Says, we gotta go after your own little fish. And we're gonna fire punch it of our own. And that's gonna be a big burning darkness from Charizard EX, dealing 300 damage to the fish, grabbing the last 2 prizes on the bench in a prize thing. And that's the game, folks. Thank you. Like and subscribe.